Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm super excited to be back with another episode of Minifig Mods. I know that people like these videos. It's been forever since I did an episode, and I've actually been planning this since April. So I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to actually get around to it. But in this video, I'm covering Secret Invasion, What If, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and just some random Scarlet Witch minifigures. So there's a huge mix of stuff. I'm going to have a Guardians of the Galaxy episode coming out shortly as well. But this episode mostly focuses on purist custom figures, although you can see that I bought some parts from Firestar Toys as well. Before we get into the video proper, I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group. However, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group. And LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. Firestar Toys is the only company that I personally like buying custom designed minifigures or minifigure parts from because they pad print on genuine LEGO pieces, and in my opinion their graphic design style is very similar to the LEGO Group's, so that's why I like buying from them. You can use my share code FSVAYL for 10% off your order at firestartoys.com. You get 10% off and they match the number of star points you earn to my account, which is how I'm able to get so many of these parts. But I do want to make it clear that these aren't official LEGO parts. They don't come from the LEGO Group. They are genuine LEGO bricks, but they're just printed on by a third-party company. So I got Nick Fury from Secret Invasion, and then I got a custom hairpiece for Scarlet Witch because I think someone had asked me to review it. And then I got some custom print heads for the Secret Invasion characters, and you can see a whole mess of Secret Invasion parts back there. These are genuine LEGO parts. I just brought some pieces off Bricklink to try to mock up some minifigures. So let's go ahead and start with the other figures first, and then we're going to get into the Secret Invasion stuff. We're going to get the quick stuff out of the way first. Here is Infinity Ultron from What If. This is a very basic purist mock. I just took the Ultron Prime minifigure from 2015. I slapped some slight shoulder armor on him. I gave him a red cloth cape. And then I just gave him like the little helmet piece that came on one of the Ultron Sentry minifigures in 2015. And then, of course, underneath he has Vision's face. So it's a pretty simple custom, but I do like the way he looks, especially with that helmet piece off. I just think he'll be cool to display with Wanda and Vision. But Firestar Toys, they do make a custom 1x1 round tile printed with the Infinity Stones for this look. I would love to get him some bulkier armor and give him that printed tile, but unfortunately it's out of stock right now, and I don't know if it's ever going to come back in stock. Next up, we have Val from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Thunderbolts. I'm pretty happy with this custom minifigure. This one was kind of the impetus for doing a video besides the Secret Invasion parts, because I really wanted to make a custom figure of her. I don't think we're getting a Thunderbolts set. It's a shame, but I guess it's kind of understandable because the movie is basically Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, and we didn't get sets for that either. But this is kind of a mashup of all of Val's appearances. I gave her a gun. She has red gloves in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I made sure to give those to her. She had like this dark blue kind of crossbody bag in that show as well, and in Black Widow, I think. And in both Black Widow and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, she was wearing like a heavy black trench coat. So I used the torso and leg pieces. I think they're from the Highwayman collectible minifigure, but I'm not 100% sure because, again, I just bought them off of Bricklink. But then I couldn't find like a good hair piece for her hair, like when it's tied up in a bun the way it is in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Black Widow. So I gave her like over-the-shoulder hair from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The only problem with this is that it doesn't have the purple streak, so that's a shame. The face print I'm using, it's not a perfect fit because, I mean, I guess it looks a little bit too confused for Val, but this is the Julia Louis-Dreyfus head from the Seinfeld set, so I like to stick with the actors' faces where possible, and you're going to see that for Secret Invasion in a second. But the hairpiece doesn't really fit over the satchel, so this is definitely not one of my best purist custom figures. I like it quite a bit, but I do hope I can make a better one day since it doesn't seem like we're going to get an official figure of her. Next up, we have Infinity War Wanda, another figure I've been wanting to make for a while. Pretty basic. I took the sand blue legs from my recent Build a Minifigure video and put them onto this figure. Her torso, I think, is from Jurassic World from Claire in the Fallen Kingdom sets. Her face print is the Wanda one from the Multiverse of Madness minifigure, and then I just gave her red power blasts and then like this nougat colored hair. So I think it looks pretty good. I mean, this is how she looked in the movie, and I'm very happy with it. It's a pretty simple figure. None of the parts are too expensive, so I'm happy with how it turned out. And then I did get an extra of a video hairpiece to see if I could make her hair kind of blow in the wind. And that doesn't look too bad on this casual figure, but I do think it's a little bit cartoonishly exaggerated for the MCU. As for the WandaVision figure, I just wanted to see how she would look with the Harry Potter spell pieces that were recently rolled out. I think she looks really nice with these. I especially like this one because that looks like a magic shield that's just kind of bubbling into form. I think the actual blast ones don't work so well, but like these kind of crackling energy bolts and that kind of wavy shield, I think that does look like her magic. So I'm happy with that. I'll probably try to use some of those pieces in my displays. And then I also wanted to try a hood on her. So I got the newer style of hood piece, but I don't think this looks good. She did wear a hood when she left Westview at the end of WandaVision, but she was still wearing her crown. And so without the crown, she just looks bald. Like, I really feel like she looks bald under there. So I don't like that look. And then let's try her with the custom printed hair from Firestar Toys. This is my first time trying it out. It looks better than I expected. I don't like custom molded 3D, custom 3D printed parts. I don't like them. I am a Lego purist. Buying custom design minifigures from Firestar Toys was already kind of pushing it for me. So I don't usually like the custom 3D pieces. They are never as well made as Lego parts, of course. This one, it looks okay. I do think that this is one of the better 3D custom pieces I've seen. And in this case, this is much better than the official Lego part. I'm sorry, but you guys know I hate this piece. Like, this piece is just such a sad excuse of what it should have been. Ooh, see, okay, so I don't like that. I don't like that the hair colors don't match. That one's like, I guess a little bit more orange is accurate to how her hair looks in the show. But you guys know that the reason I don't like this piece is because it just feels lazy. It's like not dual molded. The crown is like growing out of her forehead. It's like the crown is made of hair. I've never liked this part. It's always been a huge letdown to me. And I don't talk about my job much on this channel, but I will admit I did tell that to the superheroes design lead when I met him in Denmark. He was a really nice guy. He asked me what I didn't like about the Marvel sets, and that was my biggest complaint, was the Scarlet Witch minifigures. So this piece is a better alternative, but it's just not made with the same care as actual Lego pieces. I don't think I regret buying it though. So it's just weird. Like, I've never liked a custom printed part this much. So I don't think I'm going to display it with my Wanda, but I'm also not going to throw it in the trash. So that's an interesting new space to be in. Moving into Secret Invasion, this is the custom design Nick Fury from Firestar Toys. I do like this figure. I don't like the realistic gun. I'm not a fan of that. It looks way too realistic. I'm not a fan of realistic weapons. You know, I like the gun that I gave Val. So I'm going to be taking that off of him for sure. I really like the torso and leg prints, though. I think that those look fantastic. And then the face print is quite nice. So I do think that this is overall a pretty nice figure. I don't like Secret Invasion. I think it was the worst thing Marvel has ever made by far. Like, it was so disappointing as a Marvel fan, but I still wanted to make custom minifigures from it, so I guess it's got that going for it. You do get this second head included as well, with an unmasked version of his blind eye, and I think that is really awesome. These are really nice custom face prints, and if you haven't seen Firestar Toys before, I think you can tell what I mean about them looking similar to the LEGO Group's graphic design principles. Now it's time to take a look at Talos, and you might have been wondering why Director Krennic was included at the start of the video. That's because they're played by the same guy, so I'm just going to take his face and his hair right off of Krennic and put him onto this body. I don't love the hair choice. Talos' hair was a little bit messier in the show, but I didn't really have anything better on hand. So this looks okay. I just don't love that the torso and the hair are the exact same color. This isn't exactly the shade of what he was wearing in the show, but this is the best I could do. I think it looks pretty good overall. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just Ben Mendelsohn in a suit, but I do like the way it looks. I wasn't sure about the leg choice, so I do have an extra pair of legs. I have these blue jeans that I originally purchased for Infinity War Wanda, and then I swapped them out for the sand blue. The reason I don't like these is because I feel like they're too bright. And yeah, putting them on him, I think they're definitely too bright. Secret Invasion was a very dark show in general, and that just feels like too cheery of a pants color to be wearing. But of course, Secret Invasion is all about Skrulls. So here's Talos in his true form. I think that this looks much better. I really, really love the way he looks. That is a custom printed head from Firestar Toys. And then this is the same Skrull headpiece that was used on the 2019 Talos minifigure. It only appeared in that one set, so I did have to track 2 down on Bricklink, and they were a little bit expensive because they're pretty rare. I really wish this piece had been printed back in 2019. The Skrulls have a lot of intricate markings up on their head, and I know this piece is rubbery, and so it can be harder to print on that, but the LEGO Group has printed on rubber before, and so I still think it's a miss that this piece wasn't printed back then, because if it was printed back then, it would look even better now. And lastly, we have Gaia, Talos' daughter. I feel so bad for Emilia Clarke. I mean, she's a great actress, and she was just given nothing to work with. This character, I thought, was just a total mess. But hey, I want to make a figure of her because Firestar Toys did a custom design head for her. So, this is the torso from the Queer Eye set from Antony. You can see it's got the Rebuild the World stamp on the back. I'm okay with that because, hey, it's LEGO after all. I think that this works better than the other torso I tracked down, which I bought this used on Bricklink. I think it's from Indiana Jones because it says like Mutt on it. I feel like this one works better because it's a sleeker design. I feel like it looks like it fits her better. And then it's also like slightly asymmetrical with the flaps of the jacket. And that's how her jacket looked in the show. I went with her outfit from the end of the show rather than like the reddish jacket she was wearing throughout the show because I couldn't find a good Lego part to match that. But I do have a couple of different options for her head. So this is the one that was on like the latest comic book Captain Marvel figure. I know it originated in Star Wars, but it's really stuck on the neck there. But I don't know what Star Wars character it was. I think it was Jyn Erso, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that head is okay. I also have this head, which I think is also Star Wars. I think it's Padme's. This one's also okay, but I definitely like it less. And this hairpiece comes from the Weasley's Wizard Wheez's Owl Post Worker minifigure. Gaia's hair is more of a reddish-brown color in the show, but this piece doesn't exist in reddish-brown, so dark brown was the next best I could do. And then, unfortunately, no detail on her legs. A dual-molded, like, dark blue and black legs would have been perfect, like black for the boots, but I didn't find those. I didn't try that hard to make these custom minifigures, I'm going to be totally honest. I could have hunted down the exact part of everything I needed, but it's Secret Invasion, so I just didn't care that much. Here's a quick peek of what she looks like with the better head and that other torso, and I definitely like this one less. And I guess we could have given her blue jeans too, but again, I just don't think it looks that great. I think it looks too bright, but it does look better on Gaia than it did on Talos. But Firestar Toys actually did something pretty cool. They didn't just make a Skrull face print for Gaia, they also made a human face print for her. I think that this looks pretty good. She does look super sad, which I guess is how she looked in the show. She looked pretty like sad and downtrodden. I feel like they did Emilia Clarke so dirty, even in the character design. But so it does look like Gaia in the show. And so I'm pretty happy with how that face print looks overall. And yeah, I think that this is a good approximation of her human form in Secret Invasion, but let's get to the good stuff. Here's Gaia in all of her Skrull glory. She still looks sad, but again, that's fitting for her. I think Talos looks better. I think his face print is just a little bit more detailed. Or maybe I just like him more because we really only saw Gaia in her Skrull form like when she fake died. My god, Secret Invasion was so stupid. But yeah, we barely saw her in this form. So, and that's even funnier because they were all like, oh, we want to live as ourselves. Then why do you look like a bunch of humans for the whole show? Whatever. So yeah, she looks okay, but I might like her better in human form, I guess, because that's the time that we spent with her in the show, you know? Like, we never really saw her as a Skrull, so I feel like I like her human minifigure a little bit more as well. All right, well, that about does it for this MCU mashup episode of Minifig Mods. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely missed making these videos. It takes a while because I'm also like taking pictures of the minifigures while I go through it. But it's so much fun, and again, I really love Firestar Toys and their custom-made designs because they still look very similar to official LEGO designs, in my opinion. And again, they're printed on genuine LEGO parts, so that's why they're the only third-party supplier I buy from. Again, you can use my share code FSVAYL for 10% off your order, and they will match your points redemption to me as well, and then I get more parts so I can keep making these awesome videos. And stay tuned for the Guardians of the Galaxy episode, which should honestly be coming any day after this one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.